ask for your attention. So welcome to the Economic Development Committee. We will officially start the meeting, but we will adjourn until we are just waiting on one councillor to join us in order to have quorum. Please note that the meeting is live, but we will just adjourn for 5 minutes until we're expecting Councillor McWade to join us online, and then we'll officially start proceedings. The meeting, since we now have Councillor McWade joining us. So a warm welcome to everybody in attendance and those watching along at home tonight. Declare the meeting open. I would like to start by acknowledging traditional custodians of the land on which we have gathered and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. I remind councillors and all those present that your image and what you say may be broadcast live to the public, so please be mindful of your actions and your comments. You should avoid making statements that might defame or offend, and note that a recording of this meeting will be retained online and in council's archives. Please turn your mobile phones off or switch to silent. Filming and photography are not permitted in the meeting. Anyone observed to be filming the meeting may be asked to leave. I will just note that the new Code of Meeting Practice commenced on the 1st of January, and under the new rules that councillors are required to be in attendance at council meetings and committee meetings. The exceptions for being online in relation to unforeseen carer responsibilities and medical issues. So I note that we have Councillor Neal, we have myself, and we have Councillor Moreland in the room. We have Councillor McWade online, and we also have observers, Councillor Eaton, Councillor Crowley, Councillor Castles, and Councillor Walsh, who has just stepped out for a minute. But I will go to the apologies. I note that Mayor McKenna is an apology. I note that a leave of absence request from Councillor McNamara has been received, and a request to attend by audio-visual link by Councillor McQuaid, and that is unforeseen carer responsibility. Therefore, I move the following procedural motion: that the committee notes the written apologies received from Mayor McKenna and Councillor McGregor for the 3rd of February 2026 meeting. 2, grants leave of absence to Councillor McNamara for the meeting today as he is unable to attend in person. And 3, approves the request of Councillor McWade to attend the Economic Development Committee meeting on today by audio-visual link because he is unable to attend in person due to unforeseen carer responsibilities. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Miller.
Just before we proceed to that, there's some uncertainty about how specific it has to be, what the reason is. I think there has been some suggestion that you have to actually specify what those visions are, what requirements, whether you're ill or if you have unforeseen what those are. Can we get some clarification on that? Because this is the first time whenever we have.
Yes, so the staff able to assist firstly if that level of detail is required, and secondly, if so, I will then ask Councillor McQuaid to perhaps provide some clarity.
My understanding, Chair, my understanding is that yes, you do need to specify whether it's either under the unforeseen caring or under medical.
So that has been specified, that it's unforeseen caring responsibilities. I think, Councillor Neal, are you seeking clarification about the nature of those unforeseen circumstances?
Yes, do you have to specify what one of those two, what the circumstances are that ignite that?
I'll need to get clarification on that from governance for you and come back to you, but I can provide.
Just curious because this is the first time.
Yep.
Yeah.
During the briefing that we had on change, and a question was asked, I actually asked that to the CEO and to the director. The director said it was really up to the to make that decision whether you wanted to go to that next level of detail or you want to just to take a council on.
Yeah,
that's the best clarification we got at the time.
All right, so just for the meeting, I don't know if everybody heard that, but Councillor Moreland said there had been some clarification that it was up to the committee as to what level of detail that they required for a request of leave under those. Perhaps I might just shortcut that and say, Councillor McWade, did you want to explain your unforeseen carer responsibilities to satisfy the meeting? If not, that's fine.
I'm actually prepared to second that motion on the basis that that level of detail is not required and that we feel that that is not required for any other members of the committee.
So I'm happy to go that way, but I guess I would add to that although the committee doesn't need to publicly air that level of detail, that level of detail should be provided to the staff. Would that be acceptable, Councillor Neal?
I'm saying that if it's not going to be required by anyone, happy to have them.
Let me see of the voting members which they'd like to go. Councillor Moreland.
I'd like to take our councillors on their word, regardless if it's a committee meeting or a council meeting, to be honest. I don't need to know why they're sick. I don't need to know what the carers' responsibilities are. If it becomes a pattern, we can deal with it.
Councillor Neal, you've expressed a view. Councillor McWade, did you have a view about that, whether reasons are required? Yes, we can.
My reasons are right there. I didn't. My carer was picking my kids up from school, and I was sick. And now I've got 3 boys trying to do this committee meeting with them right beside me. So there you go, Councillor Neil.
All right. I think we might just move on if that's okay. I think we'll just accept that as the leave has been granted. So I'll just put that to a vote, which goes through the motion. So do I have a vote? Yes. So Councillor Moreland, Councillor Neil, Councillor Smith and Councillor McWade have confirmed that motion. Thank you very much. Disclosures of interest. I now ask committee members to disclose any conflict of interest they may have on the items in tonight's agenda. I do not have any conflicts of interest that I'm aware of. Councillor Moreland.
No conflicts, Madam Chair.
Councillor Neil.
I have no conflict of interest to declare.
Councillor McWade, do you have any conflicts of interest you would like to declare?
No conflicts.
Okay, thank you. And just for the sake of the minutes, other councillors that are present, even if they are not on the committee, Councillor Castles.
Oh, I have nothing to declare.
Councillor Crowley.
No, nothing to declare.
Councillor Eaton.
So nothing to declare, thank you.
And Councillor Walsh.
I have a non-pecuniary, non-significant, possible potential conflict of interest to do with the report.
Sorry, which report?
With the report. So I've sought councillor support, member support to.
Sorry, Councillor Walsh, can you just clarify which report you're referring to?
Purple flag, the report.
Right, purple flag, yes.
So I have sought councillor support to propose a very minor amendment to the purple flag stakeholder group.
Right, so when you say you've sought councillor support to make a minor amendment, I don't understand what that means.
So I've asked councillor Neil.
Right, okay. Oh, councillor support, not councillor support. Okay, thank you very much. All right, so we might just note non-pecuniary, not insignificant potential conflict of interest. Okay, thank you. So we will go on to item 1.6, confirmation of minutes. So the minutes were circulated. I now call for a mover to confirm the minutes. Move Councillor Neil, seconded Councillor Moreland. Is there any discussion or debate? No, then I'll put the motion. All in favour, please raise your hand. Councillor McWade, Councillor Moreland, Councillor Neil and Councillor Smith. So that motion is carried. We do have an item 1.7, items resolved by exception. I think we've only got one item on the agenda, so I think we will assume that we'll go straight to that item. We don't need to treat it as exception. So I'll move on to item 2.1, purple flag investigation. I'll invite Director of Community and Recreation Services, Ms Smith, to speak to the report, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just for background, after the last Economic Development Committee in December, where the committee recommended to Council that the application for the Special Entertainment SEP be developed and launched, the state government then, so the Office of the Nighttime Economy came back to us and added in a new criteria for eligibility for the Kickstart funding. So you may recall the Kickstart funding is the funding that we will be applying for in order for us to put together the application for the Special Entertainment SEP. The addition to that, so the new criteria that they have added is that we must begin the exploration of the Purple Flag program for town centres, specifically the one that we're looking to apply for the Special Entertainment SEP, which is the Gosford CBD. We have said, okay, we'll add in Terrigal as part of that process. It doesn't mean that we're applying for the Purple Flag accreditation. it means that we have to demonstrate as part of the application for the special entertainment SEP that we have begun that process. Does that make sense? So what we've decided that we would do is that we would outline the commencement of investigations or an application for Purple Flag accreditation currently whilst developing the application for the special entertainment SEP. That will then get reported back to the Economic Development Committee as that progresses, but it must be instigated or initiated for us to be eligible for the Kickstart Fund, which has to be in place. Kickstart funding is the end of March.
End of March.
End of March.
Madam Chair, I'm happy to move the recommendation.
Moved by Councillor Moreland. Is there a seconder for the recommendation?
I will second that, but I do also have an amendment, and that is that the additional stakeholder be added to the committee, and that is that the Central Coast Domestic Violence Committee be added to the stakeholder group. That's an amendment to 2.1.
Okay. Can we just get that up on the screen? Yeah.
The Central Coast
Domestic
the
Violence.
Central Coast Domestic Violence Committee be added as a stakeholder to the group. That's an amendment to item 2.1.
The Purple Flag Initiative stakeholder group.
Yep.
So are you asking for that to be added to Gosford and the Terrigal, so both working groups?
That's right.
They'll be separate
Yeah,
working
that's why I was asking.
Can we expand that a little bit?
Or we could just say that item 2.1 of the report be amended to add the Central Coast Domestic Violence Committee to both the Gosford and the Terrigal stakeholder group.
Or the Purple Flag Initiative?
I think 2.1 provides that.
It's just good to expand a lot.
Sorry, can I just check, Councillor Moreland, are you accepting that
Yes, I do.
amendment? So if you want to speak to that now, Councillor Neal.
First, I just wanted to give the opportunity for members who aren't members of the committee to ask questions or raise any issues before we proceed to the formal debate.
Through the chair.
Please.
Well, can I ask a question as a member of the committee, if that's okay first? So I'm not sure why Terrigal has been included. I thought in previous discussions about the entertainment precinct we had resolved and indicated that we were focusing on Gosford. So why is Terrigal a part of this?
The focus for the special entertainment SEP is wholly on Gosford CBD, because so Gosford CBD and Terrigal CBD have Uptown Accelerator programs as part of that.
Are they council programs or are they?
No. They're external. They're funded through the state government through the Office of the Nighttime Economy. So that's why we are proposing that both Terrigal and Gosford be included in those as the investigation component project.
So follow-up question then, do any other areas have DART program? Look, I will say I am concerned about Terrigal being in this. At this point, I think, we've been talking about entertainment precincts, and as I said at the council meeting, I think Gosford is the place to focus on an entertainment precinct. And if we're looking at other areas, I don't necessarily agree that Terrigal is the next one. There's the peninsula, there's the entrance, there's the northern part of the Central Coast. And I'm just worried that we're putting all our resources and reading the background information. This is quite a thorough process, or there's quite a lot in it. And I just don't think the community at Terrigal, I mean, the business community, yes, but I think the rest of the community is not on the same page here at this point in time. So I would actually like to remove from this motion at this point, and that there be a part 5 that says that staff bring back a report on other town centres that may be suitable for these initiatives. I don't know if I have any support for that. I can move it as an amendment needed and see if.
Chair, could I just ask for the staff's feedback?
Yeah,
So, cause.
Happy to consider that. I think there's a bit of a difference between the special entertainment SEP and the Purple Flag initiative. So the special entertainment SEP lists some of the parameters that are in place around voluntary fees and duration of live entertainment, etc. Purple Flag is an initiative to put safety parameters around areas that are already life spots and have elements that where people feel unsafe, so on and so forth. So it's looking at safety initiatives, whereas the special entertainment set lifting the acoustic limitations and the time limitations on when venues can be open. The Purple Flag doesn't do that. The Purple Flag looks at what safety needs to be put in to an existing CBD nightlife group.
So the question is, are people not going out anywhere else other than Gosford and Terrigal?
Going out. We chose Terrigal because Terrigal has had some specific safety issue activity.
I still would maintain that I would have thought the entrance and some of the areas on the peninsulas would have similar issues that may need attention also.
Well, Madam Chair, what we could potentially do, obviously, if you're on the system have it, is that leave Terrigal in and put in the certain is that other areas be considered. Because I think what the directors clear to me, which I didn't appreciate, is that there's not a necessity to precinct. Sorry, I was trying to find that word. Once we do the purple and stakeholders, so I think that being the case, I think we probably can allow or agree to it conforming. I've had quite a lot of discussion with the Terrigal community about their concerns about safety, and I'm sure that doesn't mean other areas aren't, but certainly the Terrigal community is concerned about that and at night. So I think it's probably worthwhile to pursue it in that area initially, but also to potentially investigate other areas.
Absolutely, and there is nothing to stop us investigating other areas. It's a very large piece of work. So we can certainly add in the other areas, and we can, whatever work we do in whichever CBDs are decided, the Gosford one's the compulsory one that we have to do. But we can use that as a tool implementing those strategies and those initiatives in the other CBDs.
Can I ask a quick question through you, Chair?
Councillor Carnes.
Just in relation to this. So if it was to be Gosford and Terrigal, as is suggested the recommendation, is the idea to do this concurrently or Gosford first and then Terrigal? Like, I'm just trying to get a bit of an idea about, I guess the time. I'm not saying it's not a good thing. I'm simply thinking, are we biting off a bit more than we can chew at the moment, doing the two at once or close to each other?
So through the chair, the idea is that we do Gosford first.
Yeah.
In order to be eligible to apply.
Yes, I understand that
we
bit.
would then pursue Terrigal after that.
Okay.
So they wouldn't be concurrent.
Right.
They would be
Staged.
So we'd have to make that really clear. Recommendation was to get up tonight, and obviously council meeting, we would have to make it extremely clear to the good people of Gosford and Terrigal that it's not both happening at once, and that otherwise people could get a little bit overexcited about something. It's going to be quite a staged process.
Councillor Crowley, did you?
I was just wondered if I could ask that through the chair, please. How would we go about putting up another area as well as Terrigal then?
Through the chair, that would be up to the committee to put that into the recommendations moving forward. What I would suggest, I agree with Councillor Castle's point that we need to clarify in the recommendations going to council that it's staged. So it would be stage 1 would be the establishment of the nation of a purple flag working group for number 1, Terrigal, then subsequently, Gosford, then subsequently whichever CBD you choose, and then however you want to stage it.
All right, Councillor McQuaid, sorry, I just noticed that you've got your hand up. Speak.
I'm in your trade association.
Are you there, Councillor? Maybe it was an accident.
Can you just check? He's got his hand up. He's still.
I'll just allow the director to add some information while Councillor McQuaid's getting organised.
So just to follow on from previously said, the Kickstarter funding that's provided for, if we are funding, which is to put together the special entertainment set, would give us the funding to progress the Purple Flag initiative for Gosford CBD. There won't be funding for Terrigal and there won't be funding for other CBDs because we're putting in an application for a special entertainment set in the other CBDs. The money from the Kickstarter will help us do both pieces of work together. Does that make sense?
Could I have a go at amending this motion if I could, in line with some of that discussion, so that the committee recommends that Council 1 endorses the investigation of Purple Flag for the purpose of Gosford Special Entertainment Boundary Area. 2 endorses the creation of public Purple Flag working groups for Gosford. 3, subsequent to completing the work for Gosford, or council investigates for Terrigal CBD and the establishment of a Terrigal Purple Flag working group. And then part 4 as is.
In a further report.
And a further report comes back to the Economic Development Committee, including other areas that may be considered for this initiative. Did anybody get that?
We're writing it down. Unfortunately, we've got the wheel of death happening on the.
Oh dear,
So I do apologise.
Okay, I'll just see. So,
And was there a C?
no, I think, and deleting the 5 that's up there. I will just say that I have things here that seem predetermined that I am not comfortable with. Like, I don't know who's on this working group. I don't even know if the staff are on, know who's on the, and yet we're endorsing them to determine a boundary. So I think I'd rather have a bit more information.
There's a list of the organisations in the stakeholder group, isn't there?
Yeah, there was a list of organisations, I think, but I guess I don't know that it was clear for
So
Terrigal.
It's in the report. So on page,
the recommendation.
on page 3 of the report.
Maybe we need to bring the
Yeah, on page
the
15.
motion.
Okay, so page 15 of the report.
what page is it on?
15.
That must be taken 3, sorry.
Councillor McWade, do you have microphone yet?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Did you want to speak while we're just?
Thanks, Chair. My amendment is very similar to Councillor Neal's. I think with the stakeholder engagement, I was wondering if we could add or ask about a security expert to be included. Yes, Brisbane Water Local Area Command are there, but in my experience, they're only going to tell you, if this is good or not in terms of the technology. And in the report, it said, to be part of the Purple Flag program, an area must meet standards of excellence in vibrancy, diversity and safety at night. And I really think technology-wise and, CCTV and what's available at the moment, I know on the market there is a lot available, and I know the current technology isn't meeting current standards, and I really think it's appropriate to put some sort of, or put an EOI out for some sort of security expert to be in that stakeholder engagement if we're serious about this.
Councillor McWade, do they need to be on the committee, or do we just need to say that the committee consults with a security?
I don't think consults.
Yeah, I agree. Madam Chair.
Sorry, Councillor McWade, were you comfortable with that latest suggestion?
Consults was that?
That the committee consults with an
Consult.
independent security expert, not that they necessarily sit on the committee. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. That part.
Just there should be a word on the amendment that I made before, which is 4. The first word is request. It's not a request. We'll remove that word. Before it was, please take out request, where the amendment about the domestic violence committee.
Yeah.
The first
Council include.
rather than request.
Let me just check Councillor Crowley. I might let Councillor Crowley speak while the staff are just getting that typed up. Councillor Crowley. Sorry, not Crowley, Councillor Walsh. Sorry, my
I
apologies.
wanted to ask, through you, Madam Chair, to Councillor McWade, in terms of the independent security consultant, if is he including in that an independent security and crime prevention focus there?
Yeah, to me, through you, Chair, it goes hand in hand in my experience. To keep up to date with current technology, there is countries in Europe that I know of are using certain CCTV crime prevention technology, which will go a long way in, doing exactly what we need to do in creating being excellent in vibrancy, diversity, and safety at night. So yes, the answer to that is yes.
All right. Thank you for that. Can I ask if our support staff are we?
Yeah, can we just get clarification?
Do you mind just blowing that up a little bit? I can't read it. Get back to where. Endorses the investigation of purple flag proposed Gosford Special Precinct. Endorses the creation for Gosford. Notes that the Terrigal. I think it's the Terrigal purple flag investigation will. Oh no, sorry. That part 3 is probably not exactly what I had. That council include the Central Coast Domestic Violence Committee to be added as stakeholder. Part 5. There should be a part 5 now that says that the committee engage or consult with an independent expert in security and crime prevention. And just the, sorry, are we, yep. If part 3 could say note that the Terrigal area, Terrigal will be
Established
for subsequently
subsequently
for the purple flag investigation
at the conclusion of the Gosford.
At the conclusion of the Gosford process. Yep. And then I think the last one was that a further report come back to the Economic Development Committee, including progress and other areas that could be included in this initiative. Did we want to put a time frame on that report, Director, or will we leave it a bit open-ended at the moment?
Can we leave it a bit open-ended because we'll be relying on the application for the Gosford Start funding, which is due in at the end of March. We don't know the time frame as to when we'll get the response, whether we've been successful or not.
Right.
So it's a bit fluid.
So is Gosford not going to proceed unless you get that funding?
We will have to look to the budget as to how we fund it if we don't get the Kickstarter fund.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Can I just check, councillors? Are we okay with that? Second. All right. Any
check number 3 again?
Number 3 notes that the Terrigal will be established or investigated subsequently after the completion of the Purple Floods. Is that okay with the staff? I don't want to completely derail it. I just want to derail it all.
Yeah, just a quick point. The process for once we've established special entertainment precinct, we then have an 18-month trial process that needs to go through. So it's quite processes. It doesn't mean that you couldn't do those investigations following that established one while the trial was on for Gosford, but look at the Terrigal one that time frame.
Okay.
I don't think that would be a problem.
I think it'd be good to see why Wade, there's a good program out there.
All right. Any further discussion or debate? Then I'll put the motion as it appears on the screen, seconded by Councillor Moorman. Sorry?
I originally moved.
Oh, are you accepting all that? I'm happy with that. Councillor Neal, are you accepting those amendments? Okay, I'll let you guys have carriage. All right, so I'll put that motion. All in favour? Any opposed? Carried. Thank you very much. And I think we're at the end of the meeting. I feel like we should have a chat about something relevant before I close, but I won't prolong. So on that note, I will close the meeting. Thank you. So I note that the next meeting is to be held on 5 p.m. on Tuesday, the 3rd of March. Thank you, everybody.